Hello, everyone. This is another Black Conservative. I am Ryan Bowling. Thank you all for joining me once again. With all of the negative stuff going on in our country and in the world, socially, politically, economically, in the institutions, to institutions of learning, wherever, even in the religious institutions, it's good to hear good news. It's good to hear good news every now and then. People don't flock to good news, they flock to the bad news. But it's good to hear good news. And what I'm talking about is, some of you probably already know this by now, is Oscar-winning actor Jamie Foxx has returned. He has made a video on Instagram, and he basically has stated that he thanks God for all of those that prayed for him, for all that God has brought him through. I mean, the video is very inspirational. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to read this small article from Breitbart News, and it's basically a transcript of what he actually said. Now, if you want to see the video is on the article in the Breitbart News article that I'm going to read. Actually, it's actually in the article. But I'm going to read just a small portion of the transcripts of his words in case that particular video is removed from the article that I'm going to read to you guys. So, but let's get right into this. But this is good news. I'm really, really happy about him. But I'm going to read this, and I'm going to give you my commentary on his recovery and what this might be all about. But the article starts off July 22nd. Oscar-winning actor Jamie Foxx posted a video on Instagram Friday night thanking his well-wishers for their support as he recovered from a medical complication he suffered in April. And these are his words. "Thank you a billion to everybody. Been a long road, but all the prayers, great people, and God got me through," Foxx wrote alongside the video, which had nearly 1 million likes by Saturday morning. Wow. This is the first official video of himself he has shared since falling ill. Foxx, 55, has been keeping a low profile and released few details about his health status in recent months, only recently being spotted out in public. Okay, which is crazy because I've been seeing a whole lot of other stuff in the mainstream news showing him and so forth. We'll get into that. It's ridiculous. And it says he did not divulge the nature of his medical crisis in the video, explaining he wanted to keep his recovery private. "I went through something that I thought I would never, ever go through," he said. "I just didn't want you to see me like that. I want you to see me laughing, having a good time, partying, cracking a joke, doing a movie, a television show. I just didn't want you to see me with tubes running out of me and trying to figure out if I was going to make it through." His movie, They Cloned Tyrone, was recently released on Netflix. I find that odd. A title, They Cloned Tyrone. You can read into that all kinds of ways you want. View this post on Instagram, a post shared by Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx at I am Jamie Foxx. Okay. That's the end of that article. I've been trying to, I downloaded Instagram. Someone said to me, try to get Instagram. I don't know about it. So I downloaded it, tried to get the app, and I cannot seem to make it work for nothing. It's like put in all the information and they still give me a hard time. But anyway, this is good news. Now, first I want to say that, excuse me, I have always admired Jamie Foxx. Yes, I have admired him from day one. Now, I have never watched his sitcom, so if anyone started getting all said, well, how can you say you can admire him? Oh, man, come on. I never watched his sitcom, The Jamie Foxx Show, that much. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I never was really into the sitcom. But I was into In Living Color, which was an early 90s situational sketch comedy show that came out. Okay. And some of you that are real young never even heard of that. And I used to watch that every time it came on. Every episode I watched it until they went off air. Jamie Foxx was on the later episodes, and I admired him. He was extremely funny. Okay. And what made me I don't know if I can say a fan because I'm not necessarily a fan, if you will, of actors. And, I'm just not. I mean, I admire certain things. I don't know if you could say that's the same thing as a fan, but I admire their acting abilities, but I wouldn't consider myself a fan. I don't want to walk around with Jamie Foxx shirts or posters of this person or posters of that person or anything like that. I'm mostly a horror movie fan. I am a horror movie fan, and mostly from the 70s and 80s and to some extent 90s. But my main thing is the 70s and 80s. And if I had any posters or any shirts, it would be highlighting not necessarily the directors and writers of these horror movies, but the movies that they wrote and direct. Okay. But I did admire Jamie Foxx. Okay. I admired him in Living Color, the 90s situational sketch comedy show. And I admired him especially in his portrayal of the legendary Ray Charles in the hit movie in which the one he won an Oscar at, Ray, which came out, I think, in 2004. Excellent movie, outstanding performance, and that's what really showed me the acting ability of Jamie Foxx. Okay, and ever since then, I mean, even in that, he's not only that, I think he plays the piano. He's a singer. He has a great voice. He's funny. He's a multi-talented man. And when I found out that he was sick, at first I said to myself, well, is this some kind of trick? Is this a joke? But then it came to find out he really was sick. And there's been a lot of speculation as to why he was sick, why no one was coming out, why wasn't anyone saying anything about it. There's been a lot of speculation. You know what I'm talking about? Was it that? You know what I'm talking about? Was he suffering the consequences of that? I can't say that on this video because it might get taken down. I don't have the clout to say that type of stuff, so I'm not going to say it. I don't have the clout yet. But it's been speculated that perhaps it was that led to his being hospitalized. We don't know. It's been a lot of cover up about it. Well, they, the elites, if you will, do not want us to know that it was that led to his being confined in a hospital on almost the edge of dying. Okay, because that would just swamp their whole narrative about that. Okay, and the article says he wanted to keep this. Basically, the medical condition, he wanted to keep it, this whole reason of being, he wanted to keep it private at this point. Now, why he wants to keep it private, no one knows, but I'm just thankful that he made it. But like I said, there's been a lot of speculation. The other thing about it too is that when I watched the video, some might look at the video and say, okay, is this a deep fake video? Not at all. I don't think this is a deep fake video. I can look at a deep fake video and tell if it's deep fake. Now, that may sound like I'm being arrogant, but I'm not. The whole concept of deep fake's been around since 2018, 2019. Okay, researcher Tom Horn was already on top of the deep fake situation when he wrote his book in 2019 called Shadowland in reference to Epstein. He had already wrote about deepfake. I'm pretty sure most people didn't know anything about it. Now, all of a sudden, the mainstream media wants to mention deepfake about what, a few months ago? A few months ago, they started mentioning deepfake. Why? I believe they wanted to start mentioning the mainstream media is all of a sudden wanting to mention deepfake now is because the elections is coming up. The elections are coming up, and I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, that there are going to be people that are going to utilize this deep fake technology, far left, radical liberals. Yes, I'm going to say it with them because they don't have morals. They don't have values. I'm not saying that people on the right wouldn't do it, but those on the far left, those are the radical, have no morals and values. They will lie in your face and then say those on the right was lying when they're the ones lying. Okay, they'll use deep fake videos to try to trick you. I can tell when it's a deep fake video because I was already on it in 2019. I've looked at videos. I can tell which ones are deep fake and which ones I can just tell. It's the way it looks. It's a certain look it has. And this video, of Jamie Foxx is not a deep fake video, in my opinion. I believe it's an authentic video. But like I said, I'm just so glad, having said all that, I'm so glad and thankful to God that he has recovered. And now we're going to have to wait and see what the reasonings behind it all was. I mean, what was this all about, you know? What caused his sickness? What caused his sickness? Was it that? Or was it something else? It could be a myriad of possibilities. But who knows? Who knows? Who really knows? But I'm just so glad that he came back. And I pray that his acting abilities have not been hindered by this. I want to also mention, too, in some of this video up about the movie, what is it says, cloning, whatever, Tyrone. Now I'm going to throw something out there. I'm not saying this is what it is, but, let's face it, He makes a movie called, what, Cloning Tyrone or whatever? Cloning Tyrone, I think that's, what's the title again? Yeah, that's the name of it. They Cloned Tyrone, released on Netflix, right? I'm just putting an idea out there. I'm not saying this is what it is, but I'm mentioning this because I know there are certain YouTubers that are into this type of conspiracy thing about cloning. Cloning is something that many scientists can do. Now, whether or not they can clone humans, that's a different story, okay? But it is true, and it's been proven scientifically that scientists have been able to clone certain animals. Now, having said that, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a video done on this concept or this idea that Jamie Foxx is not alive, and that what we actually saw was a clone, and that the movie, and when I say saw, I mean like the Instagram video, could have been a clone, and that the movie They Cloned Tyrone is basically predictive programming of what is to come. That they're basically showing you right in your face, it's hidden in plain sight, that this is what we have actually done to Jamie Foxx, and we're saying it in your face, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. What are you going to do about it? Rise up against the cloners? You ain't going to do a doggone thing about it. He passed away. We cloned him. We made a movie about it. It's in your face. And there's nothing you're going to do about it. Now, that's just a thought that came to my mind based on what I personally understand about cloning and what certain conspiracy, if you want to call them conspiracy theorists, understand about cloning. Is it true? I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure that that's going to come out sometime in the future. But I just wanted to bring that out because just what if? What if some of these celebrities that supposedly died actually have been cloned? And what would be the motive behind that? Could it be that the cloning of these celebrities are designed to keep the people in a alpha wave state of sleeping, so to speak, so that the elites can continue to push their rhetoric and ideology to keep the people in a comatose state of mind so that it's easier to control them for the New World Order to come? Just saying. New World Order is real, by the way. It's not a fake. It's not a conspiracy theory. Study that thing. You'll find out. I don't have time to talk about it in detail in this video because I'll end up going over. I don't want to do that, but I just want to bring that out. Okay. But yeah. Having said all of that, we summed this video up this way. Thank God that he is back. I deeply admired him, and I pray that he will continue to do more and more films in the future. So what do you guys think about Jamie Foxx's recovery? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel. God bless y'all, and see you again.